confessing, on the other hand, that they can do it, but yet we cannot without Fox News. We can't do it without alternative media. We can't do it without a modern-day church to go to with a stupid steeple on it. We can't do it because everybody, listen to me, because everybody wants to look for a leader rather than a brother or a sister. Now, I'm trying to be kind here, but listen to me. Everybody wants a leader. And what we need is brothers and sisters. See, and a friend will even stick closer than a brother. And I know I'm off topic here to a certain extent from reading, and I knew I would be. It's already going on. It's 4:48 here. But my point is this. Let me get back to what I was trying to tell my sister. The fact is that the less you have to be involved with it, the better you feel. The more you can be around the friends or the brothers and sisters, and I don't mean that in the bloodline in terms of whether they're and I won't call anybody's last name, but I don't mean that bloodline. I mean the bloodline of the Messiah, okay? The bloodline of spiritual Israel. The bloodline of the people that know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this home that they live in is just a journey. And on that journey, they are supposed to enjoy the best they can, listen to me, the best they can, a picture of the Garden of Eden. Oh, sure, it's been taken away in its fullness, but my gosh, that is the journey that you and I are going back to, is that we're supposed to be getting closer and closer and closer back to that journey of the Garden of Eden where everything was okay, where the cool in the midst of the day we were okay. Well, you mean, well, Billy, I was never there. Your forefather was there. Your mama was there. Okay? And for this technology of seduction that we all are guilty of, to be the thing that makes us be who we are every day, is a sad case. It is a sad case. See, because today, most folk want to think that Yahweh, or the Creator, is so modern that he has to come through an iTouch or an iPad or whatever. That nobody has a word unless it comes from a technology source. And they have to be people that, listen to me, they have to be people that are respected in the mainstream. In other words, it has to be that the majority of the left or majority of the right, they have their people they go with. But whatever happened to the remnant? That's what it's always been. That's what it always will be. But there are a few that understand that if you can get away, if you can have the ability to just find somewhere to go and sit down under a shaded tree, if you can have the ability to at least sit down and nothing around you but the leaves, the trees, and maybe some clouds, and of course there'll be chemtrails all over the place, I know that, but in any event, you will find that your life, listen to me, you will find that your life that you call today has been eating you away. You listen to End Time Watchman for a minute. You listen to Billy. I challenge you to find you a place. And I know a lot of people live in the inner city, and I'm not beating up on people for that, don't get me wrong. But I challenge you to find a place of peace and quiet. And I don't mean sit down in a lounge chair somewhere. Find you a place, find you a stump, find you a shaded tree, find you some grass where there ain't nothing, no horns blowing, no nothing, and sit down, and I'll guarantee you, if you sit there and all you dwell upon is the goodness of the Creator, all you dwell upon is the very things that are going to come to you when you draw your last breath as a soldier, in the army of Yahweh, you will sit there, and within an hour, if you sit there, you'll go to sleep. And I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you why, because you don't have the rest for your soul, spirit, and body that you need in this modern day time. It is not available. It is not available. But if you can find the time, and I've done it, believe you me, I have been and went to places, 3 miles, 2 miles, even down the flipping hill, and sit in the shade. And I'm thinking, and here's what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, look at me right now. Here's what happens. Because guess what? The hustle, the bustle, and everything, I don't have a phone to talk to anybody on. I don't have a computer to get me upset about things that's going on. All I'm looking at is whatever bird lands in front of me. All I'm looking at is whatever grass is being blown by the ruach or the wind. All I'm looking at is the trees that I see when the wind blows, that they're praising the Creator for what they've had to get them in the shape they're in. And I got to tell you something. I mean, I know y'all were looking for secular news, but forget about it. I feel the Holy Spirit flowing through me right now. This is absolutely what you and I have got to get a hold of in order to be ready for what's coming. Because if we don't, it will literally destroy us. It will take the life and the lamp out of your eyes. What do I mean by that? I will not call any names, but I may even try it tonight. I may just do this article tonight on the instead of not doing a show, I may come on and try to read it. But I got to tell you something. This is so burning inside of me. I know of people, and I've seen them. Now, I'm 44, I mean, yeah, I got, my veins always stick out. They always have, okay? But I know of people that should not have the yellowish looking, listen to me, should not have the yellowish looking skin on the top of their hands. They should not have, if you look at them, and I challenge you to look at people that stay on the computer all day long, look at them, in the sides of their face from there up is yellow looking. Then neck down, of course I'm red, I stay red anyway. That's the way I am, old redneck from South Georgia, but look at them, they're turning yellow from there up. Seriously. But now, from there down, especially the Irish, and the Scottish and all that came over here, they're white as hospital cotton from there down, but from there up, they're yellow, because here's what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. Their faces are being radiated by looking, look, all day long. It's limited radiation coming through that computer, and not only is it messing with their skin, but their brain cells and everything else. And so the thing about it is, not only listen to me, not only the seduction of what's being read is being accepted, but the destruction of what's being emitted being injected upon the people that have to sit in front of it all day and think that that's their life. I mean, it's unbelievable. But anyway, I got to read on our, just a minute. If you think about it, now listen to me. For centuries, though it's not been followed perfectly, but for centuries upon centuries, thousands of years, the parchment and the paper and the reading of the Word was simply done in a orderly fashion. It was done, and you know what? Hey, it was taken in, and it became life. I'm going to run out of time. I'm going to run out of time. But today, how many people are willing to take it slow and take it easy? How many people are willing to say, you know what, forget it. I'm going outside, I'm going to find me a shade, I'm going to sit down in it. You know what, if somebody's calling, they can call back. You hear me? I mean, that's what I'm trying to tell you people. And if you'll do it, you'll come back with a clearer understanding of what is and what is not truth. What is and what is not seduction. But if you're going to spend your whole frickin' life listening to some Silicon Valley gal, because you like looking at her on Fox News. If you're going to spend your whole time with the guy with the moose, and I could have stood my hair up, maybe we'll do it right now. What the heck? Hey, let's go ahead and do it. This is the way I am anyway. Let's do it. All right, now. All right, hold on. A little bit of water there. Okay, now, maybe I ought to, let's see. If I had a nice shirt and a three-piece suit, I'd put it on. But anyway, let's see. Fox News, put the makeup on. Okay. So now, hear this. We have a Republican Party, and they're going to beat out Obama, and that's what you need to go with. I've been in the green room, and I've had myself fixed up for 45 minutes, and that's the way it ought to be. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not being sarcastic here, other than, it's bull malarkey, because why do they have to their truth? Well, because they're liars. Because they don't understand what it means to be able to say that, you know what, this nation is finished. The nation is done. It's over with. Okay? They don't have the ability on the financial news to accept and say that, guess what, the dollar is dead. They don't have the ability on the Weather Channel to be able to tell you, and by the way, they got some nice looking men there too. Yeah, they all dressed up with nowhere to go, and the women for that matter. Back when I used to watch it, I'm thinking, what am I looking at here? Am I looking at the weather, or am I supposed to be looking at some Barbie doll? So I just cut the thing off. But back to my point, before I get on a tangent again, is the fact of the business is this. If people would realize the seduction of what's taking place, they would understand that they're not hearing the truth, but what they're doing is with their eyes, they're looking at a lifestyle of a person that's been created by makeup, by silicone, and by all these moose and everything else that ain't reality. Amen? Amen? So anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know that, if you have the ability, I don't care if you live in the middle of a city. My gosh, take a drive to the country, and hey, I'm talking to the guys for a minute here and the gals. If you live in the inner city and you have a vehicle, take a flipping drive out to the country where there is a park, pull up to the fenced-off gate, and get out like you're taking a leak and just keep walking for a while. Take your keys out because your car might get stolen, but I guarantee you will realize that, oh my gosh, I'm not being radiated. Oh my gosh, I'm not being seduced. There's nothing out here to seduce me. Oh my gosh, I feel alive again. I'm out of time, but I'm going to keep going just a minute. I want to let you people know that there is life in spite of what's going on. There is the ability to be alive. There is the ability to grasp it, but it has to be that listen to me, it has to be that where your spirit and your soul and your body goes out and it meets. Listen to me, it meets with what it's supposed to meet with. And this, ladies and gentlemen, that we're going through today is not what we're supposed to be going through. Other than there are powers that be that want you and want me destroyed. I'm going to let it go for now. Might be, might not be. I don't know yet, okay? I might be on tonight. I need to be finishing this up. It'll probably take me 3 hours to do this tonight. I only got through the first paragraph, and here I went. I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the very key to understanding what's going on around you is this. What is it that feeds you and helps you and builds you up is something that is decent. But what detracts you, destroys you, and disables you from functioning like you ought to be doing every day is, well, it's a bad case. That's all I got to say about it. It's a bad, 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 bad case. And like I said, I got like, I don't know, well, I would say